good morning. Wow, such a special day. It's really iconic, the day that we're having today. It's very special for me because I just got my tonsils removed, and this is my first podcast that I'm recording since my throat has been fixed. So, does it sound pretty? It doesn't actually sound that different. I kind of expected for my voice to sound different, and my doctor was like, "Oh, your voice is gonna sound different." And I thought, "Do you think they'll give me an Australian accent? Is that like something I can request to be installed?" The answer was no. And also, please stop asking. I would have gladly taken like an Australian accent or a British accent. Imagine me like disappearing for 2 weeks and then going back out into the world and suddenly having this like impeccable, unclockable British accent. And then people ask me about it. I'm like, what do you mean? I've been British this whole time, babes. Is that convincing? I don't know. The recovery was horrible. If you are an adult, I'm 30, getting my tonsils taken out, and it was grueling. I had to go to the ER because I had this thing called secondary bleeding. That's where your throat just starts like bleeding like crazy, and it won't stop. And you're not supposed to swallow it, so you're just like over the sink, like watching it pour out of your mouth. Anyways, it's gross, but I'm feeling much better. I had my post op this morning, and the doctor said, um, you'll still have like swelling and scar tissue for like up to a year. So I'm not like 100%, but I'm sleeping better. Everything is good. All of you were thinking about it, I'm sure. My doctor said my tonsils were some of the biggest he's ever seen, 4 centimeters, kind of like your dad. It was wild. Anyways, I'm feeling much better. I'm happy to be back talking and bothering everybody because you know what? People, I live with my boyfriend Joey, and I know he was living for the fact that I couldn't speak for 2 weeks. I know he was living. Anyways, I'm back, and I'm here with Ophelia Belle. Hi.
Hey, hi, hello. It's the Asian Angel, your girl, Miss
Yes.
Ophelia.
Yes.
Thank you, Jordan, for having me on.
Anytime. I'm so glad you agreed to do it. Some people say no.
Really? Why? Why do you think?
Um, I I have somebody coming up who kind of took some convincing, and her reasoning
Mhm.
was really smart. Like it was really
Oh,
good. Like
okay.
it was I understood her reasoning, and if I were in her situation, I probably would have had the same concerns. But we talked about it, and
Hmm.
thankfully, her concerns were that the podcast would be one thing, and I was like, no, 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 this isn't. This is
Right.
this is stupid. This is not
This is
important.
the Kiki and Chit Chat.
Yeah, it's not because she was afraid that I would ask about certain things. I was like, no, 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 I don't care
She'd be
about that.
like, "No, I signed an NDA. Like, y'all can't get me."
Yeah, is that kind of a situation. I was like, no, no, I don't actually care
No.
about that. It's actually quite boring for me to talk about, just as much as it is for you to talk about.
Well,
Well,
girl, I'm here. I'm excited. I mean, this is what we do on the daily, so it's nothing new.
yeah, we just like talk shit.
And speaking of tonsils, by the way, have you
Yes.
heard about those people that have like a brain aneurysm or like a stroke, and then they wake up with a new accent?
No, is that a thing?
Yes, it's very rare, but I've seen documentaries about it, about how people will like, oh, they're in a coma, and then they wake up and there's this one white woman who woke up with a literal Chinese accent. And every time she talks, she'd be like, I don't know what is going
Oh
on.
my God,
Yeah, it's
no.
crazy.
I need
I'm
to find
like,
this.
and there's a British girl, and then there's an Australian accent. But it's very rare. But something like miswired goes on in the brain, and then their speech development gets all twisted. So that's what it reminded
So,
me of. And I'm glad
wow.
you're still back to normal.
Of all the mental miswirings in my brain, not a single one of them
Mhm.
could give me an unclockable Australian accent.
Right. Okay, what accent would you want if you woke up like that?
I've kind of like made having an Australian accent part of my
Uh-huh.
humor for like 2 or 3 years now. So I maybe that
Clear.
clear ima condensation. It's
Yes.
like people will text me and they'll be like Arnor and they'll put the little Australian
The
flag. It's like
classic, yes.
what about you? Would you have an accent if you could?
Hmm. I don't know. I would probably say that I would want like a country accent, honestly. There's
Oh,
just something really wholesome and southern about having a country accent. Yeah, I'm from Iowa,
wow.
but yeehaw.
And she's unclockable.
Hello.
You can't tell
Just like
me
my
that's not
drag.
that's not Paula Deen on the line right now.
Yes. Butter. Butter's a carb.
Somebody asked her what her favorite dessert was once, and she said deep fried butter with sour cream.
Oh, sour cream. Now
Yeah, you gotta dip it
that's an add-on. Oh, dip it.
to
That's
dip.
wild. Have you
Yeah.
gone to those state fairs where they have like deep fried Oreos before?
I was just at the LA Haunted Hayride the other day,
Uh-huh.
and they had them, and it was so good.
And you had it? And they're
Yes.
good?
They're really good.
What's it like? I feel like it'd be like sugary, but with like a crusted flavor on the outside. I'm not sure. I've never had.
Yeah. It was like pancake mix. I felt like just dipped in an
Okay.
Oreo and then deep fried. And I also got a Reese's cup.
Interesting.
That was really
Hmm.
good. It's like
Okay.
soft because the Oreo warms up and it becomes really cake like,
Mm.
and the icing
That would
gets
be
warm.
delicious, actually.
It was really good. It was worth the
Mm.
calories and all the grease.
Yes. I never really grew up on desserts or sweets, so it's definitely a taste that I'm acquiring.
I love desserts.
Oh,
I
yes. Do you
love
have a
sweet
sweet tooth?
things. I love sweet things.
Now, my question is, how many cavities do you have?
I don't have any. I've never had. Okay, I think in my life there was a period where I didn't go to the dentist for a few years, and I had two
Hmm.
cavities, but that was like
Hmm.
over a decade ago. And since
Good.
then, like I am so obsessed with my teeth because I got braces for myself in my early 20s, and
Okay.
after that, now I'm like I spent so much money on these things. I'm gonna take care of them, and the doctor will be
Right.
like, for my cleanings, my dentist will be like, oh shit, we were done in like 20 minutes because your teeth are so clean.
That's amazing. So, were you always like a flosser after like braces, I guess,
I think braces got me into it. Like
into
braces,
flossing?
yeah, because I had seen people who had braces and didn't take care of their teeth because it's so much
Mm.
harder to do it. And when you get your
Hmm.
braces off, your teeth are like rotting.
Yeah. Because it's all that stuff, all the metals like been on your teeth and you have to like
Ugh.
really dig in and clean it. Yeah, I had braces too and I have like permanent retainers in and I didn't like I was never a flosser, so and I never went to the dentist, so I didn't know I had issues until I went there and they're like, "You have plaque buildup from like under your permanent retainer that you need to clean." So after I've been going to the dentist more regularly, I've been making sure to take care of my teeth and make sure they're healthy.
I've reached a point now where I can't even go to sleep if I don't brush and floss. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to,
Yes,
otherwise I won't be able to fall asleep.
exactly.
And I'll go on trips with people and I'll be like, "You didn't brush your teeth the whole time we were there?"
Oh,
Girl,
no wonder the plants were rotting.
I could not believe it. I no, I can't.
I also
Ugh.
think cleaning your tongue is something that a lot of people forget
Mm.
about. Like when you have those tongue scrapers, those bitches will get you right together.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I have a bad gag reflex though, so I have to like prepare myself mentally every time I do it. I'm like, okay, we're going back
Hmm.
there, because I'll
Yeah,
be like,
I have a bad gag reflex too, so I'll definitely be like gagging while I do it. But
"Why you
honestly, who
gagging?"
doesn't? Yeah, why are you gagging? Who doesn't love a good gag?
I love to be gagged.
Hello.
I've heard that if you take your left hand and you hold your thumb, like you put all your fingers around your thumb and you breathe through your nose, you can get rid of it.
Okay, I heard about that before too, but every time I do it, I feel like it's not really doing anything. Like maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I don't
Mm.
know.
I need to try it, and I'll come back and with my reviews.
Yeah, let me get to my boyfriend real quick, and then I'll let you know.
If anybody wants to like volunteer to help me, like for science, you just DM me.
Yes, me too. I need it for science purposes.
But you have a boyfriend? That's so
Yes.
cute. I love drag
Yes.
queens that have love. It's
His
so
name is
hard.
Jeff. We've been
Hi,
together for
Jeff.
about 6 years. I think six plus, I would say. Yeah.
Whoa,
He
have I
moved with
met
me
Jeff?
from Los Angeles. I don't think so. He likes to stay in. He's not really part of like the party crowd. He
That's
likes to
great.
read and he's very like a homebody, so
That's amazing.
mhm. Yes.
It's so smart.
Yeah, he kind of keeps me grounded sometimes because I'll kind of get lost in the LA hustle and bustle and like the partying and like, the whole scene of it all. So when I come home, he's like an anchor that I can like relax to.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's important. I'm a big homebody. I hate going out.
Oh
Oh, I
yeah.
hate it so much. Like every time, like I saw you at was it a potluck? There was a potluck, right? It was a potluck.
Yes.
So I was there and it was at like our friend's house
Mhm.
and that was great. But then everybody wanted to go out after and I was just like, I can't do that.
Oh my gosh. What makes you not like going out?
I don't like the crowds. I don't like
Mhm.
loud noises. I don't
Okay.
like being like claustrophobic in places. And also too like especially going out in West Hollywood, I feel this weird pressure to like be on and be socializing with everybody and
Mhm.
saying hello to everybody and sometimes I just want to sit and relax
Right.
and just
You know,
enjoy.
sometimes that's just like people's personalities. Not everyone has to live in LA and like go to parties 24/7.
Period.
So I like to dip my toes in everything, so I like to bop around. But generally I'm like half a party girl and then I love staying home too and playing
I'm
video games.
I'm to a point where like if I was at my friend's house who lives in West Hollywood and so I was at his apartment and we had to go to the store, the Vons,
Mm.
the infamous Vons pavilions,
Not
and we were like,
Erewhon.
no, we're poor. We don't, we can't do the
Same.
Erewhon. So we were walking and he's like, can we avoid Santa Monica Boulevard? And I was like, oh, I thought you'd never ask. Let's please just walk through the neighborhood. And we like, we're trying to avoid seeing people because we're like, he's in nightlife as well and I'm working nightlife. So we're like, there's no way we're going to be able to go straight down the street and not stop and say hello to people. And I'll feel bad if I don't stop and say hello because I'll be like, these people think I'm rude, but I'm actually just trying to go to the store.
Mhm. And then it'll take like an hour longer to get there because you have to stop by and say hi to everyone.
Yeah. And I won't even realize. I'll just blink and it's been an hour and I'm like, wait, what was I
Hmm.
doing? And then I'll forget where I was going.
Yeah.
It's a
And then
mess.
they'll drag you into the club and they'll be like, come take a shot with us.
I'm like, girl,
I'm like,
no.
fine.
We walked all the way around Santa Monica Boulevard, and then we came down where the Vons was. And as soon as
Uh-huh.
we like hit the corner, we saw someone we knew, and I was like, "See, I'm
I'm
so glad we did."
dead. See, there it is.
Yeah, but thankfully that person was she seemed to be in a rush to go somewhere, so we're just like, "Hey," in passing, like she was on her way somewhere, so it worked out.
I love the good drive by, high and by.
I love that, and I don't feel bad when people do it to me either, because I'm like, "You're doing
Like,
things."
perfect. We got our things to do. Hi, I'll see you later.
Yes, 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 very that.
Mhm.
Are you a Swiftie?
Um,
Oh,
I
okay,
would
so
have to.
no. You
No,
said
I'm
no.
not.
That's
Like
okay.
honestly, I love Taylor Swift as like a human being, but her music just doesn't really hit for me. It's just not my demographic.
What?
So,
Because white people? Is that what you're saying?
ah,
Because
you
I
said
mean, I
it.
said it. I used to be like, because I love Taylor Swift, and
Mhm.
I used to never really like talk about it and I would always joke like, yeah, I'm a Swiftie. I just don't talk about it because I don't like seeing white gays experience joy, and
Oh my
that's what she
God.
does. But I just saw the movie.
How was
It's
it?
so
The Eras
good.
Tour movie?
Yes, it's so good.
Oh my God. Okay, so I've never really seen those concert movies before. What's that like?
I expected it to be really boring because those sorts of live events are not as fun if you're not there experiencing them. Like I didn't
Hmm.
like seeing the Hamilton recording on Disney Plus.
Okay.
I couldn't get through it. And it's hard for me to watch Broadway musicals that are filmed. I need to be there. But
Hmm.
something about this concert was like it was so good and it was so well paced and I felt like I was in the front row. Way better than seeing it. I also didn't get to see this tour in person, so seeing it in the movie theater was great and there was like nobody there.
So was it more of like the backstage access as well, like preparing for the concert and tour, or
No,
was it just like seeing the whole concert?
it was just the concert and it was
Okay.
like continuous and it felt like you were literally on stage with
Just
her.
on the concert. Oh, wow. Interesting.
I expected there to be like a lot of cutting in and out of behind the scenes, but she
Hmm.
had it edited in a way that is so specifically designed to make you feel like you're with her
Hmm.
that I actually appreciate that more now after seeing it. So good.
Okay. Yeah, see, I've never seen those. I've only ever really been to concerts, so maybe I'll have to try that. I kind of want to do it for the Beyonce Renaissance
Oh, that's
concert.
gonna be so good.
Yeah.
I wonder how she's gonna cut like, cause there's different outfits all the time.
Right.
So how is it gonna be like those TikToks where the outfit changes and like a million times a second, and she's doing the song and her
That would
outfit's
be
changing?
kind of honestly
I hope she
like a
does
fan
do that.
cam.
Yeah, I hope
So
that the
Taylor wore the
outfits
same
change.
outfit then?
Listen,
Flop.
no flop boring. No, she has so for each era, I think she changed outfits. None of
Okay.
the outfits were like phenomenal, and the
Mhm.
shoes were ugly. But like that's her. That's what I expect for her. Like I don't expect great costumes or like
Right.
gorgeous shoes. She's gonna wear clunky heels and she's gonna wear like a leotard that covers her butt.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
the
I've heard
bops,
that she likes to like keep her clothing very like modest and minimal to like still um be a part with the fans. Like that's her demographic.
yeah, I think the sluttiest thing she wore was this like set. It was like a beaded top, like a it looked like a bra top that was beaded and it had like
Hmm.
a little skirt to go with it.
Okay.
But she has like the body to wear literally anything.
Hmm.
And sometimes I'm like, you chose that jumpsuit with no arms. Okay. All right.
By the stylist.
Honestly, she's getting better. She used to be really bad. There was some ugly outfits. She would wear like a hoodie and like flats on stage, like a sequin hoodie. Like,
Girl,
girl,
see, if I was a celebrity, a superstar, like a mega mogul, I would honestly be showing up for my Swifties, for my fans. I'd want to give them the best experience that I could give them. But that's just me personally as an entertainer.
yeah, I feel like a lot of. I mean, those girls also wear those giant white T-shirts with the Sharpie drawing on them and the
Ew.
friendship bracelets. So it's like they're not
Mm.
going for fashion. They're
True.
not.
Very
Oh God.
true.
I'm so glad that there wasn't anybody like dancing or like the cult circle that has been all over TikTok of the fans like holding hands.
Oh my God, I saw that. And it was like people from the movie theater recording like the CCTV footage.
I can't.
It was crazy.
I reposted it on Twitter and I was like, this is why I'm scared to see this movie. And then I ended up seeing it a few days later. And there was like a couple of people, there were like these two little girls way on the other side of the theater from me. And they were
Hmm.
just like in their t shirts and their friendship bracelets, just like living. And it was fine.
Hmm.
Nobody was like
Beautiful.
crazy.
See, I would be really excited to see the Billie Eilish, like anything Billie. That's my
Is she the
pop
one?
star. She's the one.
I'm struggling with her
¿Por
because
qué?
it's, I like her voice, but I feel like she's always whispering.
True.
And sometimes I'm like, bitch, you don't have to use your inside voice all the time.
Yeah,
It's like somebody told her to use her inside voice as a kid and she really like took it to heart.
that is true. I mean, I watched an interview of Phineas talking about how they made What Was I Made For? And he
Oh
really was
yeah.
talking about how they honestly just make music for themselves and whoever likes it. Like it's not meant to be for mass media consumption or for like TikTok trends. It's truly just whatever they want to create. I think
That's
that's pretty
the
dope.
best. That's when the best music
Yeah,
happens.
exactly.
I love watching him because he does a lot of interviews about making the music and he'll literally open up Logic and be like, this is the kick
Yeah.
we use, this is the bass line we use. And I'm like, ah,
It's
so
like literally
good.
garage band and like with all the files and everything. It's wild. Like
Yeah.
he's the true like brain, I would say, behind it. And then Billy's like the voice.
I love it. I love their working relationship. And I'm really
Mhm.
nerdy with audio. Like I love to learn how music is made and like how
Mhm.
it's produced. And so he really like reveals all. I
Yeah.
love.
It's sickening.
Wait, we have to talk about drag.
Oh, yes.
Wait, so you're not from California.
No, I'm not. I was born and raised in Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa, and I
Ooh, the
started drag there.
metropolis.
Yes,
That was like really
the
fun.
capital city. People
Yes,
would say it's like the Pan Am of America.
that's fierce. Shout out,
Yes.
Katniss
Shout out, hey
Everdeen.
Des Moines.
so,
Yeah.
so you got your start there and then moved here.
Yeah, I started dragging Iowa City when I moved there for college. And that's when I really got involved in like the gay scene as well. I was kind of like closed off from the LGBT era when I was younger. So I really started to be involved with the LGBTs when I was able to go to the clubs. So like 21. And
Nice.
then that's when I really saw drag, and I literally saw drag and I was like, who are these people? Like,
These
what is
like grown
going
up party
on?
clowns.
Like, there is this person in a wig dancing in the middle of the stage and people are giving money to them. And so I was intrigued. And then the intrigue got to me and I started drag. Because honestly, I would look at some of these people and be like, yeah, I can do it better. Yeah.
Literally, I cannot tell you the amount of queens I have on here who say that. They're like, they used to go see drag
Really?
and they'd be like, I could do that better. I mean, I did it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Because how did
absolutely.
you start?
I never watched Drag Race, but I always did community theater. And
Mm-hmm.
always, like, as a teenager, from like the time I was 15 to like I started drag when I was 25. But like throughout that whole decade that I wasn't doing drag, people would say, oh, you should do drag. And I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. I'm a man. I wanted to be like an actor and a stand up comedian. I wanted to write books and like do the SNL, like that whole thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then I, when I was like 25, I got really sick. Like I had a stomach thing and I was in bed and I was like, what am I going to watch? And I just like binge watched Drag Race because I was like, people have been telling me to watch this. Let's watch it. And then I was like, wait, this is great. I want to see these girls. So I would go to 340 nightclub
What's
and go
that?
see. I don't know. Never heard of it. I would go there and I would see the Drag Race girls because you could go and see them for free. And then I would, stick around for the local girls and I'd be like, oh,
Wait,
oh,
so
this
are
is.
you like a Los Angeles native or a California native?
No, I'm from New Jersey, but I'm like
New
a
Jersey.
military
Okay.
kid. Like I've moved so much.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
but
So
technically I
what
started
state
here.
did you start in?
I was in California already.
Oh, okay, okay. So this in
So
California.
I'm like a true LA girl, not like these girls who get on TV and go, "I'm from LA," and they've just moved here a
Mm-hmm.
week ago. No.
Literally. Rokukuku.
Wait, I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I have it. It'll be in the final version. But
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, that. So also girls who get on specific TV shows and say they're from LA, like they're local, and I'm like, you've never done a gig here. You just live here.
Right. Look, because when I think of locals, I think of people who have like been in the scene, who have been in the trenches, who have worked at every bar, has met all the local girls and has worked with them. That's who I'd consider
Yeah.
like a local, even if you just moved here or like moved here for a bit.
I always joke if you have not carried a suitcase up the spiral staircase at Hamburger Mary's West Hollywood, you're not a
Yes.
local girl.
There it is. There it is.
If you haven't fallen off the little runway thing at the Abbey, you're
If
not a
you
local girl.
haven't almost tripped in high heels walking down the red line stairs, you aren't a local
Those
girl.
fucking red line stairs. We've talked about
Yeah.
the red line stairs. It's rough and it's hot. It's
It's
so
rough, it's
hot in
hot, they're
there.
very narrow, and they've been used and abused so much they start sloping a little.
Yeah, there's like chunks falling off of them.
But I love them. I love Red Line.
I like red line a lot. I enjoy being there. Do you remember your first gig in LA where it was?
Yeah, so actually I moved here in 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, August, and I was just like, oh my God, you guys, why did I move here at this time?
Oh
But
yeah.
my friend that was living here needed a roommate at the time, so it was just like, this is my ticket in, let me just do it. So I would say the first show I actually saw was Rocco's Paradise. And it was
Oh, it
with
was the
like,
outside one, right?
yeah, outside their patio. It was kind of kind because we were all in our little cabanas. Like we all had our own sections. It was like LaDawn performing and Lolita. So it was really cute. That was like my first show. Oh yeah, and I saw La Cienega there too. So but then after that, because I would show up in drag like anywhere I could go just to like get my name out and
Yeah, that's how you do it.
exactly. Um, I think my first show it was at what's it called? The Offbeat Bar.
Oh, exposure.
The Exposure, yes. That was the one where I was like, Okay, perfect. Like I just need like an open show like where anyone can do it, just so I can show my talents because I know once I do it, it'll start rolling.
It's
So that was the
true.
first show and it was super fun. I got to meet a lot of the girls and yeah, I just picked up from there.
We always talk on here about the importance of showing up in drag when you first start. It
Mm-hmm.
sucks, but
Mm-hmm.
like eventually you'll reach a point where you will get recognized out of drag and you can show up
Mm-hmm.
to someone else's show and they'll see you and they'll think of you and they'll book you.
Exactly, because I think it's so important. Like, even if you're like, even because not everything has to be done for something to gain, you know? And just showing up to someone else's gig, like either after your gig or you just want to kiki and geesh and hang out with your friends, I think it's really important to support the other shows as well because, at the end of the day, we're all a community, we all know each other. And just to have another face and another body there is just so important sometimes. So,
T.
yeah.
Did you ever have like another name before Ophelia? Was there another option for you?
Not really. I started drag through this program called Drag U back in Iowa. It's where some
What?
another yeah. Yeah, yeah, we literally took it from the show.
Wait, we need this in LA. Is this like what is
Yeah.
this?
So basically, a seasoned drag queen takes someone who has never done drag before, puts them in the whole gig, and then you go out there and perform two numbers. And it was like on a Wednesday, and Tyona Diamond, she was the one who put me in drag.
Aw.
And we were just messaging each other, and she's like, "What do you want your name to be?" Um, and I wasn't really sure. I just said I wanted something very beautiful, feminine, but also ethereal. And then we kind of were bouncing names off and we kind of landed on Ophelia. And I was like, that's the one, that's it. It's so perfect. So yeah. And
I
then she was
live.
born.
And there she
Yeah.
is. That's crazy.
How did you come up with your name?
Honestly, I was using this name on like MySpace
Hmm.
before
Oh
drag,
wow.
and so I was just like, cause I didn't want my real name out there, so I would just put my first name and then my last name Jayro is like my first and last name put together.
Oh, I see.
So
That's cool.
um, I just was like, I already have all the social media handles. I'm just gonna keep the
Uh,
same name. And there's something really fierce about like a drag queen named Jordan, cause it's like it's sort of like not gendered in a way. It's cool.
hmm Yeah, I love it. Like also I love names that are like JJ or AA, it gives that like cadence to
Yeah.
it and not just like rhyme. I like names that like really roll off the tongue, you know.
I've heard some really crazy drag names.
Okay,
Sometimes these
which
girls,
ones?
like there are girls who have such terrible names, um, like names that have bad words in them.
Okay.
Like if your last name is shit,
Like how are you gonna like market that, you know? Like if
yeah,
you do that, like that's fine, anyone can do drag, but don't expect me to take you seriously.
it's weird because like I feel like you have to think about okay, imagine you're like performing at a really nice theater and someone's
Mm-hmm.
like Dolly Parton's about to come out and introduce you at the Kennedy Center
Mm-hmm.
and she says I don't know, dog
Savannah
shit.
shithole.
Welcome to the stage, dog shit. Like, what the
Right.
fuck is that?
Okay. See,
No.
that could be a legit drag name.
I'm
Dog
sure it's out
shit.
there. I'm sure there's gonna be a queen named dog shit from like middle America who's gonna DM me something very mean and scathing.
I cannot wait.
I hope she does. I'll have her on. She'll be my next
Yes.
guest. I'll
So
be
what
like, here.
inspired your name? Did you step in it or was that a middle school nickname?
Had you thought about it at all? Did you
Yeah.
plan? I don't know. That is so crazy to me. Oh my god, can you believe we've already approached the halfway point of our program?
Ooh, halfway.
Halfway. We will be right back with more with Ophelia Belle. Oh my god, don't go anywhere. Bye.
Hey girl, it's me, SpongeBob. I'm here to remind you to rate this podcast 5 stars and write a really nice review. And while you're at it, follow Jordan on Instagram and TikTok. Do it for me. I'll give you free Krabby Patties for the rest of your life. Ah! Okay, now back to the show.
And we're back with Ophelia Belle. Wow.
Hey, hey.
You guys missed it. I burped just now.
Oh, you should
So
have held
cute.
it in, honestly.
I
It
should
was
have held it
pretty
in.
sickening, low key.
I'm sure it'll happen again.
Wait, you should reenact it.
Should I? Okay, I'm gonna try to recreate my burp sound. Are you ready? Okay. So, I drank some water before I came over here to do this episode, and I also had a Rice Krispie treat, so maybe that's where the air came from. But I
Mm.
sat down after doing part one of this podcast, and I was about to start part two, and then I went, oh, I think I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna. And that's what happened. You're welcome. Wow.
That was sorry, good.
So good, babes. It was so amazing.
Oi.
I think my accent's getting worse by the day. I
I
think
think
it's
it's
getting
because you need to
worse.
use it more.
Maybe I do. Sometimes I'll be at the drive-thru with my boyfriend. I'm like, should I order an Australian?
That's so smart,
And
actually.
be like, should I go to this? Should we go to Chili's and I'll be Australian the whole time?
Okay,
It
because
never
I
works.
never really know when to like use a different accent, because I don't want to like attack my friends or anything or like, but to do
Yeah,
it in drive-throughs is actually perfect.
and you don't want to get clocked.
You don't want to get clocked. Not a soaking clock.
Not a sulking clock. The poet laureate Monica Beverly Hills once said, "Not a sulking
Shakespeare is
clock."
quaking.
Emily Dickinson, who bitch? Hang it up. Monica is here. I love that that song is 50 something seconds long and only about 30 of those seconds have lyrics and it's the same
Yeah.
lyrics. It's like
Like,
five
I don't
lyrics.
even know if she knew how iconic that was gonna be.
I don't think she did, and I think at first she was probably a little concerned or upset about people like laughing about it, but eventually I think she caught on and was like, "Okay, this is iconic. Let me just make
Thank
some
God.
shirts."
Because
Yeah.
yeah, it was really good.
It still slaps. Like
Mm.
if that song comes on in the club, I mean, first of all, don't blink or you'll miss it. But
Right?
it's gonna go off. I
It's a
can't.
lot like Jasmine Masters when what was that song like?
Oh,
And
the
I oop,
and I
and
oop
I
and I
oop, and
oop
I
and
oop.
I oop oop oop. Yes, I still
Yes.
listen to that. That's in my workout playlist.
Oh, sickening.
Adam Joseph, he's created some iconic songs from Drag Race memes. He did the Aja reading Valentina one.
Oh, I don't think I've
That
heard
one was
that.
really good. He did the I'm so into voguing right now,
Okay, that's
which
a
has
good
I mean
sound bite.
that shit has made me a lot of money.
Shit.
Which he's seen. I think he's seen it. There was something like because I had done that number like for so long, and it was such a thing that he like we'd had correspondence about it. He was like, "Yeah, serve," and I was like, "Okay, she approves."
Mhm.
But that's wild. Do you remember when we met? Because I do.
I don't think I
Okay,
remember. What was
good.
it? What's the
I'll tell
tea?
you. So okay, so 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 it was that brunch. Do you know the brunch?
No.
It was a brunch um, at a specific place in West Hollywood. Um,
Okay.
it was at the Wake and Bake brunch. I don't know why I'm being like coy
Oh.
about it. It was
Okay, okay.
the
So it's
artistry
at Wake and
brunch,
Bake. And
and
then what happened?
so I didn't know there was you and there was two queens that day that I didn't know. Everybody else I had
Okay.
worked with prior and I'd known, and um, I didn't see either of your Instagram pages because I just didn't check the group chat. I just went and followed everybody instantly and didn't like read too much
Uh-huh.
into it because I'm a busy girl. And so
Right.
another queen walks in and I said, "Hi, I'm Jordan." And I was like, "Are you Ophelia or are you the other person's name?" And she goes, "No, I'm such and such. We don't all look the same."
Oh,
And I was just like,
really?
"Oh my god. Okay, first of all, I don't know either of you. Second of
Right.
all, calm down." And then like moments
Wait.
later you walked in and I was like, "Oh, so you're Ophelia."
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Wait, who
Yeah.
was it? Do you
I don't
remember?
remember. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Wow, that's so funny. Not we don't all look the same. Okay, but that is the thing though, because when I started going into the scene, people were like coming up to Ayana and being like, Oh my God, are you
You
Ophelia?
don't even look anything alike.
She's
Also,
like,
you don't look
no.
anything like this queen. I did not know this queen was not white. She looked white to
Hmm.
me. It
Oh,
didn't
she's
matter.
white too.
I don't know.
Because I was thinking of an Asian queen, but
I don't know. She must
mm,
also be Asian because otherwise she wouldn't have said that.
mm,
But also like I don't know either of you.
right.
I'm literally and I was like that's very ballsy for somebody who walked into a room full of what are your coworkers for the day and didn't even say hello.
Right,
So I was
exactly.
the one who was like, "Oh, hello, hi, I'm
Initiated.
Jordan.
Hmm.
Nice to meet you." Um,
Yeah.
trying to be welcoming.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
I get.
whenever I do shows with like new girls, because I don't really like, I check the cast, but I don't really follow anyone unless I like vibe with them. So I had to like meet you first before I'm like, because I just like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I do shows, I'll just like look at the cast and then I'll see them in person and I'll just introduce myself like, hi, I'm Ophelia. And then they'll say the name and then, we da 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 da.
They're like, "Hi, my name is
Um,
Dog Shit. It's so nice to
yes,
meet you."
it's dog shit. Okay, but have you ever had these moments where you're like, hi, I'm Jordan? And then they're like, we've met
Yeah.
3 times,
Yep.
you
And I'd be
know?
like, "Great. Tell me about it because I don't
And this is the
remember."
fourth.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm like, well, maybe be a little more memorable, but also I have like really bad memories, so.
It rarely happens to me because I almost always remember people, but the problem is that these
Mhm.
queens, some of them, first of all, change their makeup too much. Have your
Mm-hmm.
face, please. Just have a face. And then
Yeah,
also, like, a lot of these girls kind of look the same.
right.
So, also, if I met you once in 2019 and you come up to me now and go, "We met before," I'm like, "Baby,
Right.
you
And
don't know
there's
me.
like years have passed and they're like, you don't remember me? No, baby.
No, I'm not that girl anymore.
I don't remember what I did
I'm,
yesterday.
bitch, I'm not her. I'm much worse. Like,
Okay.
chill. No. But even I will sometimes, I have no issue being like, remind me. Because I would rather get it out
Right.
of the way than like
Right.
awkwardly
Then
like
like
maintain this
try and like
friendship.
be like, ooh, skirt around
Yeah.
it.
Or even like
Yeah.
when I run into like girls, especially like Rue girls and things who like we've worked together once or like maybe I've interviewed them
Hmm.
before.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I meet them out of drag and they go, "Oh, hey, I remember you." And I'm always like, "Hey, we did this, we did this thing." But almost always once they figure it out, they're like, "Oh yeah, oh my god, hi." But like it happened once
Yeah.
recently where I was in Chicago and I ran into Naisha Lopez and we were both out of drag and she said hello to my friend and then she said, "Oh hey," to me. And I'd only ever met her once at DragCon when I interviewed her. And I was
Hmm.
just like, "Oh hi," and I'm thinking she's just being friendly. But I was like, "Oh hey,
Hmm.
we met before at DragCon." She's like, "I remember we did a video together." And I was like, "Yes." And
Oh, that's sickening.
she starts like remind like telling, "Oh, you talked about this and we talked about this," and I was just like,
Mhm.
"Yes, wow."
See, that's what happens when you talk to people who don't do drugs 24/7. They
P-
actually
uh,
have a memory.
hello, hello. Thank you so much, Leisha Lopez, supermodel.
Naisha, the queen of Roscoe's viewing party.
Oh, and she loves to be shady too. I want to talk shit with her. We didn't get to talk much.
Hmm.
A little bit. We talk a
No,
little shit. We talk a
she
little
is
bit.
a very kinky.
We talked a little bit of shit. It's fine. One day I'll have her on and we'll go in. Um, I have a question. Are you a
Okay.
Scorpio?
I am. How did you know?
I don't know. I wrote that down and I just want to know why.
Why?
Yeah.
Why am I a Scorpio? Because I was born.
Oh, that was something I wasn't interested in doing was being born. And here I am.
Right. Okay, well, honestly, a lot of Scorpios are born on because of Valentine's Day, because obviously
Oh
the gestation
yeah.
for babies is 8 months. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So I was a mistake, but thanks, Mom.
Oh, so do you have confirmation that you were conceived on Valentine's Day?
Not specifically on Valentine's Day, but I could honestly put two and two together. Like my mom was being a little flirtatious with her
Mm.
mans, and then bada bing, bada boom.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat because it wasn't until I was in my early 20s when I figured out that my birthday's in April. It's April
Okay,
12th, and both of my parents are born on the 4th and 5th of July.
okay.
So, 4th of
So what's
July.
the mathing?
So 4th of July plus 1 week is July 12th,
Uh-huh.
basically.
So they did on
And
their
so it was
birth on
9 months.
okay, of their like anniversary or
It
something?
was both of their birthdays.
Birthdays.
So it
Okay.
was like their birthdays, and then 9 months later,
Birthday
bam, there I
sex.
was.
Okay, see, there we go. The math was mathing.
I did the math, and I've never told them, but maybe one day I'll bring it up.
Bring it up on like their deathbed.
Or you know what? I'll be there for Thanksgiving this year. Maybe I'll just,
Hey, that's always a good, family conversation starter.
yeah. How many ways can I ruin the mood by making a single sentence?
Oh,
Oh my God, Thanksgiving is coming up. Are you like a Thanksgiving person? Do you like that holiday?
so it's weird because growing up, I was never really into the holidays. I moved around a lot and I didn't really have a sense of family. So a lot of my family was born through my friends. So I would have a
Nice.
lot of Friendsgivings. And of course I go back home for the holidays, but I just never really felt like my sense of self was able to be expressed fully. So it felt like I was like living, it was kind of like external living. Like that was my shell at the family get together. And I was just like floating off somewhere, like just allowing me to go through the motions.
Yeah.
But, now that, times have changed and, we're all growing up and they understand that, no, this is me. They're accepting more because it's like, it's either you have me in your life or you don't.
Tea.
So it's been getting a lot better in regards to like family and holidays. So I've been becoming more festive with that. So yeah, I usually go back for the holidays though.
I do prefer a Friendsgiving.
Hmm.
We do a Friendsgiving. We do a Friendsmas too, because
Ooh,
I love a
yes.
Friendsmas. And we'll do like a white elephant and I'll make a bunch of
That's
food.
perfect.
Yeah, because there is like this weird sort of like cosplay you have to do like as an acceptable
Exactly.
person, and sometimes it's
Hmm.
exhausting.
And it just like, especially when you've just been yourself for so long and then you have to revert back to like, I don't know, just being someone that you're not, it's just so disingenuous to yourself. And then you
It's
just
like
don't
weird.
feel, yeah, you just don't feel in the mood, in the festive mood.
Yeah, I do love the
But,
Thanksgiving clapbacks though.
oh,
Those
really? Is that what
memes.
your family does?
No,
Your
those
family reads each
memes.
other?
No, but the
Oh,
memes online where it's like, can you pass the rolls? I don't know. Can you pass geometry? Like
yes. Okay, okay.
they're
I don't
iconic.
know. Can you get out of jail?
Yes, they'll be like, don't you think you've had too many pieces of cake? Don't you think you've had too many kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm trying to think. Well, it's like there's some really funny ones where it's like, isn't that your third plate? Isn't that your third
The
husband?
husband. True. Yeah.
I
See,
can't.
okay. See, that's I would say would be something that I would definitely do during like Friendsgiving. But bitch, my family, they're too white for that. They can
Really?
handle the heat.
Is your family
Mhm.
white?
So my mom is Asian. Like I have two sides. My mother's side is like my birth side. It's my Asian side. And then my dad's side is white. He's my adopted dad. He adopted me when I was a baby because my mom like hooked up with her man, but she didn't think that he could raise me, so she left him. And then that's when she found the father that I call my dad. Yes.
Ah,
But they're
nice.
very white Christian, and so I was raised up in that kind of family setting. But yeah.
Ew. I mean, same. I hated church. Were you forced to go to church?
Oh yes,
Ugh, so
church.
awful. You had to
It's
dress
weird
up.
because you know what? Like I understand organized religion now. I understand, how much it can be like misconstrued and created in order to gain funds for, church. And it's weird how we live in America, but it's supposed to be a separation of church and state, and we don't have that, but it's whatever. But I don't know, there's just something really like wholesome about church and religion, even though I like don't believe in the teachings. I find like the hymns and stuff very mesmerizing and beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what I take from it. But
I feel
other
like
than
it's
that,
like
I'm like,
a
bye.
I feel like it's just it feels like faith is sort of an answer to the questions that we can't possibly know for
Mm,
sure. And it gives you something
absolutely.
to believe in, but people take it way too
Hmm.
far.
Exactly. Like it's okay to believe in something, but like, fighting other people because they don't believe in the same thing I just think it's really detrimental to the overall, growth of us as humans and us as a species and culture. And it's all because of these, teachings that say you have to tell your neighbor that they're going to hell, da 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 da. So I think that's where the extremes really come in.
Ew.
Oh.
I was at a store recently, and the person working at the store finished helping me buy what I was buying, and then
Mhm.
turns to me and my boyfriend and goes, "Oh, I just want you to know Jesus loves you and he wants to have a relationship with you." And I was
What?
like,
What the
"What?
fuck?
Go away."
You should have been like, oh, it's like a threesome or
Oh my god. I just I think I said something really horrible to him and I just left. I think
oh my God.
I just said something really mean and I walked out. And then my boyfriend got really upset and he called and complained. Which
Really?
good.
To the
Good.
store?
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that because I was just
Oh,
over it. I just wanted to get away from it. But
yeah.
yeah, he called and said something and thankfully the manager was a gay man and he was like, "Oh no."
Oh, was it a worker?
It was one of the employees at the store.
Oh, see, that is like, bitch, just do your job.
Yeah, literally swipe the card, give me my
Swipe
receipt
the card,
and
hand me my change,
zip it.
and have a good day.
Yeah, you'll take my gay money and then you'll try to tell me like I need Jesus. Stupid. But it's
Bitch,
like it's
you
bad
need a
enough.
psych ward.
Literally, this person is crazy, and I don't even go in there anymore because I'm scared I'm gonna see him.
That's wild.
Ew. Speaking of meeting people that are horrible, you met Lady Bunny once. How was that?
Oh my God, bitch, how are you digging through these archives?
I've never met her. I really want to though. I like
Lady
worship her.
Bunny, it was crazy because this was still during the pandemic era, but it was like towards the tail end. So she wasn't really like touching anyone, but she would come near enough for us to like take photos and stuff. But I had to really dig deep for this memory because it was so long ago. But she basically did a stand-up comedy routine for her act. She's so funny, so irreverent. It's like that old school drag that you really saw back in like the 80s. Super nice, super cool. Yeah, like she was really dope. And she would just read us upstairs.
I love that. I want. One day I'm sure I'll run into her and she'll say something horrible to me.
Exactly. Like it's only a matter of time that you'll be able to interview her.
Oh my god! Imagine the gag. I should just send an email. I should probably figure that out.
Yeah, like where does she live? New York?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
hit
sure
up her
she's
PR
there.
team or whatever and be like, next time she's in LA, hit me up and I'd love to interview her.
Let's chat, darling. Also, she's one of those queens that like doesn't like to be seen out of drag.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody knows what
Yeah,
she looks like.
I've never seen her outside of her geesh.
I've tried. I've tried to find the
Oh,
pictures.
you
Yeah,
tried?
of course.
I'm dead.
I've seen
Yeah,
there's like a couple random pictures of Coco Peru out of drag, but like
Coco Peru.
that's it. Like that whole
Now,
generation, they don't ever appear out of drag.
yeah, it's kind of like their identity at that point.
I've
Like that's
met
just
like
how they wake up.
yeah, I've met Sherry Vine and Jackie Beat out of drag, but
Okay.
never like Varla Jean Merman. I recently saw pictures of her out of drag, and I'm like, this is such a different person.
See, now this is getting a little obscure. I don't know who some of these girls
Oh
are.
my God, Varla,
Mm,
she's
no.
she's incredible. She's and out of drag, she's like this big muscle daddy,
Mm,
but she's like of the like the Sherry Vine, Coco Peru, Jackie Beat generation of drag.
gotcha, gotcha.
Speaking of generations of drag, do you are you a human hair or synthetic person?
Okay, so in regards to hair, for shows especially, I love wearing human hair because I like to whip it. I do a lot of
Yes.
hairography.
Love
So
that.
you can only do that with human, obviously. If you did it with synthetic, you would rip off someone's head.
True.
But I wear like synthetic when I want to do like a look for like a photo shoot or like a runway or something. Like that's when I would pull out the synthetics. Or if I'm like doing a number where I'm just like standing there or not doing like whipping, then I'd do synthetic. But I've definitely been in my human era.
I go through phases a lot where I will love, like, I went through this human hair phase where I was just wearing like flat human hair, and it was like
Mm.
center part, curling wand, like beachy, like that
Yes.
was it. That was all I would wear. Or like straight, just, and then I just throw it over my shoulders
Straight
and be like,
Donatella.
hi. Yes.
Just like whoosh.
Ugh,
Um,
yes.
what kind of human hair would you like? How long?
I like really long. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I like 30 inches.
30, yes.
I like a 30. I want like one of those really long human hair, like the 40 plus.
The 40 or like the 80 where
Yeah.
it's like hitting the floor.
Yeah, it's dragging behind me like a train because I'm only
Yeah.
5'5", so like it would be longer than I
Oh,
am tall.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Do you like long hair, or are you more of like a 22 inch?
So the thing is that I want more volume now. Like
Ah,
I need a thicker density, like 200 plus density. And I need to like start learning how to curl my hair in a way where it gives volume up here. Because the flat hair is cute, but when I see this volume, and especially when it's humid, it's like it gives the full fantasy, you know?
yes. I started hanging them upside down. That
Oh,
helps.
that's smart.
And I'll like
And
hairspray
then
the
you just
root
like spray it a
sometimes.
little. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll like hairspray the root and like hang it upside down after I've styled it and everything, and I'll shake it, and then it becomes like this big beachy like fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because I think Crystal Versace posted a little hair tutorial before where she was showing
yeah.
everyone how she like made her human unit so
Oh
fucking
my gosh, she
voluptuous.
is like perfect. Like
Girl,
she's
that is my
for
drag,
me
like
like the for me when I started
honey.
drag, Aquaria was like this was
The
before she
tea,
was
the
on Drag Race.
standard.
I still have her merch from that time,
Oh
and like
yes.
she was the one for me. But Crystal also
Mm.
like I watched the first episode of her season with Reina and Joella. We
Oh
were
yeah.
we were at my house, and every time they cut to her face, we would all scream because she was just so perfect.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Um, I'm trying to
Miss
find
Joella Perry.
Joella motherfucking
Love her.
Perry.
That's my
Um,
sister.
so where's there's a wig that I wore that is human that I hung upside down, and it looked really cool because it had like lots of volume in it. This one,
Oh
and it's
wow.
like it was
And the
sturdy,
ventilation is so good.
and it's so long you can't really
And
see.
yeah,
God
especially
damn it.
when you're like trying to get it that voluptuous, you'll cut some length from the bottom. But
Yeah.
that one still is going down to the boobs,
This one, I went through my wig making phase, and so I made this wig and I wore it. I wore the hell out of it. It's like balled up in my
as you
closet.
should.
But it's this
How
one.
many inches? What's the density?
I think
Oh, that looks thick.
it's like, so I use 4 bundles.
Okay.
I don't know what the density is. I'm sure I could find out, but I don't know. And it's like, they were different lengths. So it was like
Uh-huh.
22, 24, 26, I think, or 28.
And you put 26 at the bottom, and then
Yeah.
you shortened it as you went up.
Yeah.
And you just bought like a base,
I bought
or did
before,
you create it from
no,
scratch,
I had to
like bow
make
and
it from
arrow?
scratch.
Oh
It was
wow.
horrible. I would never do it again. But I
Did you hand sew it or
had to
machine?
hand sew the whole thing. So I sewed all 4 bundles. I had to dye them because it came
Mm.
613. So I shimmer lights the wig,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did the 4 bundles up here on like a dome cap, and then I put the frontal on. But the frontal,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's so hard to do because you have to contour it like to fit your face.
You're
it was
right.
it was a journey.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard trait to learn, but I feel like once you really like understand it, it'll just really come into place.
Yes. I
No,
started buying Amazon wigs that are human and just adding bundles to them. That's for me like
that's
so much
smart.
easier.
I would say though, like fuck Amazon, go on AliExpress because that's where everyone buys the
Oh,
bulk.
yes. Okay, I
And
have one.
you can find US sellers that ship them in 7 days, you know?
Um, this one, where is it? I wear this wig so much. This one is from AliExpress. Really? Where is she? And it came colored like this. This one.
Oh, and
And
it
it's
came
like,
colored like that?
yes, it's like a J-Lo
Like I
thing.
love brunette with like blonde highlights.
I love that. That was like my natural color as a drag persona. Do you have
Mm.
like a natural color for your drag persona? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I would say I really look the best when I'm using like neutral tones and then I have kind of like an ash blonde hair. It's like blonde.
Yes.
It's basically just 613 toned,
Love that.
but it really like brightens my face and makes me look very feminine.
I like a toned 613. It's like
Mm,
and it's so easy to do. You just take the shimmer lights and you whisk it in hot water and it's great.
exactly.
It's
So
like the
quick.
easiest.
Yeah. But that'd be a
Yes.
really good natural face for me.
I also like I'm Hispanic and a lot of like Latin women wear this shade of red here. Like
Oh,
I have so many aunts who wear and this is a wig from Amazon that
oh, that's
Allie. Do you
sick.
know Allie? Allie does great wigs.
Ali Media?
I actually don't know her last name. Hold on. She did that wig for me.
Uh,
Um oh no, her.
I don't.
You have to follow her. She's amazing. She does great hair. But
Okay, send me her profile.
yes, I'll send her to you. She if you she can get the wig for you and then color it and cut it. She also will like add hair to it. She'll clean the lace if you have like a crusty wig. She's
Oh,
great.
that's sickening. Because honestly, I've been wanting to get into wig making lately. Um, it's just definitely something that requires patience
It's
and
so
an
much
understanding
work.
of the wig. Yeah.
The problem that I had was that the hair was so expensive from where I bought it that it cost more than it would have to just buy the wig. But there are
Mhm.
people who do online classes where you can pay like a couple $100 and they teach you how to make the wig and how to style it, how to color
Mm.
it, how to cut it. And then at the end of the class, when you complete the course, they give you a contact to a wholesale hair company
Oh,
and then you can buy the
sick.
bundles in bulk.
See, that's where it'd come in handy actually,
Yeah.
is to find the wholesaler.
So,
I bought this hair coloring tutorial. I can't remember. I think it's Alfred was the name. But basically it's like uh a hair tutorial where the hair looks like when the sun is shining through the blinds and reflecting on your hair. And it's
ooh.
so beautiful. It's like a brown base and then you kind of bleach your hair in like specific patterns to make that.
So it's like prism, like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
like
Or like kind of
lines.
like a zebra print, how they do that,
That's so cute.
but with like natural colors. It's
I
really
love
hard
that.
though.
Oh my God, have you ever been involved in like online drama? I love drag queen drama on the internet.
Oh, honestly, no, that's why I'm the Asian angel.
Aw, you should be mean to people. It's fun. No, don't do that. It's not
Girl,
nice.
I
It's not
can't.
nice.
I see, I'm not as like I love kicking and reading like when we're getting ready and stuff, but I've never been someone that really has like gone out of my way to be like causing drama or anything like that.
Me
But I love
neither.
watching it.
Same. I'm very much the girl who's like, oh, and then what? And then what'd she
Right,
say?
like,
And I'm like,
and
oh, did you hear what
then,
she just said about you? Come here.
oh, see, she doesn't hate you like that.
See, she doesn't look like a dog-faced bitch, not like you
Ah,
said.
see, she's in dog shit.
Oh my God. Dog shit at dog shit. Uh,
Dog shit.
I love watching the drag queen drama on the Facebook because some of it is really hysterical.
Okay, I feel like a lot of the drag queen drama is on Facebook.
Facebook is where it's at, and it's all
Yeah,
stupid.
that's where
It's
they
all
all fight.
pointless.
Like,
It's
what
like
ones have you seen?
the nails
Oh
conversation.
yeah, like if you're not wearing nails, da 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 da. Oh,
Whatever.
there's this one that I saw actually. It involved my friend. But basically she was like, because she's a girl, and she was saying how she's tired of these gay men calling themselves dolls when they're not dolls. And
Oh
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like, what do you think about that?
So I didn't understand it until a person told me who is trans, and I was just
Uh-huh.
like, wait. So okay, I I've always heard even on Drag Race they refer to like each other as the dolls,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh, the doll, you dress it up, it's beautiful, you
Uh-huh.
want to like interact with it, doll.
Right.
So I didn't really understand it, and then I started to learn, okay, that was a term used to describe women
In the
who were,
ballroom culture,
yeah,
where they'd be like, hey doll, because that's the trans woman would get all searched up and stuff, and like, oh, she's a doll.
yes. So since then,
Yeah.
whenever I hear the word, I just assume we're referring to a person of trans
Mm.
experience. But now I
Yeah.
just start say the divas for the drag
Yeah,
queens.
divas, that's a
The
good
I say the
one.
divas, the girls, the icons.
Uh-huh. See, I would reserve dolls for the trans woman and for like, really cunty drag girlies. But for gay men that are just wearing a skirt and a tank top
Yeah,
saying, here's the dolls. The dolls are going out. I'm like,
baby.
girl, maybe G.I. Joe dolls.
What we're not gonna do is put on that four-way stretch Fashion Nova
Hello.
and get in the Honda Civic
Hello,
and then get into a fight
girl.
on the sidewalk in front of Mickey's and call
Blaring
yourselves
Nicki
dolls.
Minaj. Like, bye.
Oh my god.
Come at me when you shave that beard, baby.
Girl, that's the shit that gets me. It's the gay men who just swear that they know. I'm like, you have no
Mhm.
fucking idea. Shut up.
Right. And like some of my friends are like, can't we just have something? Anything?
Literally. And the answer is no.
No.
You can't have anything except hemorrhoids.
Oh, hello.
Oh my gosh. I
Mm.
I had like a TikTok that like I don't know why I posted it, but it was like me in drag, like wearing this like pants and a butterfly top and like a long duster, and I was just like walking, feeling my fantasy, and I posted it, and I posted the words, when you wanna wear a thong and be sexy but you can't because you have hemorrhoids. And for some reason, that was the video of mine that has been shared so many times.
Oh, was that like the text over it?
That was the text that was on the video as I was walking, and it was like the music was playing, and I was like, God damn it, why couldn't it be something
Oh
like,
my God.
it's always the
It's always
random
the
ones.
most outlandish thing that really like goes viral.
Yeah, always. I can't. But I remember, do you remember, were you around for the Pay Your Dues drag drama?
I don't think so.
So it was basically this one queen. It kind of, from what I understand, it kind of started with this one queen coming out and being like, "Hey, so, um, such and such queen, you've always told me, hey, come show up to my show and I'll book you." And then I show up to your show, and then you say, "Oh, I only have a tip spot." So then I do the tip
Hmm.
spot, and you say, "Oh, do the tip spot," and then you'll get paid. But then you keep asking me to come back and do the tip spot, and I can't keep doing that because I'm working for free and I need you to pay me. And then
Hmm.
this queen came out and was like, "You need to pay your dues." And then it became like a joke amongst all the queens. We were all like, "Pay your dues. Have you paid your dues today?
Oh my
Have you paid your dues today?"
God.
And then this queen retaliated, and like she just kept driving it home, and it became like a joke amongst all the drag queens.
I love that.
It's it was actually iconic. It was really hilarious.
Wait, I kind of want to like use that phrase now.
Do it.
Like, hey girl, did you pay your dues yet?
I bet you if you say that to a queen who's been doing drag since before COVID, she's gonna know exactly who you're talking about and exactly the drama, and she's gonna live. Because we were
Oh
all
my.
like shook.
Wait, so like what was your reaction to that? What do you think? And like
Well,
what's your opinion on like paying your dues?
well, at the time that it happened, I was in a really weird position because I had only been doing drag about a year, but I was already getting paid spots like at Flaming Saddles and at the Abbey. And so I
Mm,
was kind of one of those girls who slipped through the cracks. So I was
hmm.
just quietly minding my business because I didn't want to
Yeah,
ruffle any feathers. But I was also
right.
part of the problem that, according to the people who were the pay your dues girls, where they were like, these girls show up and think they should be getting paid. I'm like, it's not that I think I should be getting paid, but I'm being offered money, so I'm taking it.
Exactly. And this is the thing, this is like my opinion about it. Like, yes, there are some people that, you know, not necessarily need to pay their dues, but they're not at a level yet where their dues are going to be paid for them, you know?
Yeah.
If you're already serving and you're already giving to the audience and you're bringing in a crowd, that's paying your dues and you're going to get paid for it. But if you're still like a baby queen and you're not, and you're still learning about yourself and the makeup and your aesthetic is not completely there, then I understand that pay your dues part where that's giving you more practice to be at that level where you can
Yeah.
get paid. Because every person is a case by case basis. I never have
Yeah.
like any standard where it's like, this is the bottom line.
We're all on a journey, and everyone's journey is different.
Yeah. And some people's journeys just come faster than others.
Period. And you know what's crazy is that our journey has ended because this episode is approaching the end. Can you believe
Not
that?
the end of
Oh my
journey. Okay,
god.
segue.
I'm getting really good at these.
Yes, literally every time I'm like, oh, she just transitioned that so well.
I am transition? Excuse me.
Transition? Trans?
Doll?
Doll? Ah, yes.
Okay, I'll see you in hell.
Oh,
Tell the
front
people,
row.
tell everybody where
I'll
they
leave
can
my
find
spot
you.
open for you.
Plug all your social media right now, ma'am.
Unplug.
Wait, tell the people where they can follow you online.
Oh, plug. Okay.
Plug.
Hello. This is the Asian Angel, your girl Ophelia. Please, you can follow me on any of my social medias. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter/X, or TikTok at the Ophelia Belle, TheOpheliaBelle, and get into the gig, baby, because I serve the Ophelia experience.
She does. I've seen it. It's wondrous.
Yeah.
And all of her links will be in the description below. You
Yes.
can follow the podcast at HeyGirlPod on Instagram. That's HEYGURLPOD. You can email the podcast at HeyGirlPod@gmail.com. You can follow me at Jordan Jayro everywhere. Please rate and review this podcast. Write something really lovely and give me 5 stars. And if you want to call me and leave me a voicemail, you can call me at 424-431-1456 and say something really disgusting. Okay?
Ooh, I'll be the first one to do that.
Do it, please. It's so fun to hear all the voice memos. But pretty much, we've approached the end of the program. Be sure to follow us both online. And, I'm currently taking a break from my mental health to focus on my social media. So if you could follow me, that'd be great.
Yes, and thank you so much, Jordan, for having me
Thank
on. I can't
you.
wait to see your podcast grow and flourish as it
Me
should.
too. I hope. Me too.
Oh,
I'm
fingers
tired.
crossed.
Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, have a fabulous life. Bye bye.
Bye. Mwah.